You've probably heard the term AI 100 times lately. Maybe on the news, maybe your grandkids mentioned it, maybe someone told you you should try ChatGPT and you thought, what even is that? Well, today I'm going to answer that question in plain English. No tech jargon, no confusing terms. By the end of this video, you're going to understand what AI actually is and why it might be one of the most useful things you've ever learned. Let's get into it. Before I tell you what AI is, let me tell you what it's not. AI is not a robot, it's not a dangerous supercomputer trying to take over the world, and it is definitely not as complicated as people make it sound. Those robot movies, great for entertainment, not great for understanding what AI actually is in real life. So let's start fresh. All right, to start off with, let's take a look at ChatGPT. You can find it by going to your web browser, go to chatgtp.com, and it will come up. You can use it for free. You don't have to put in a credit card or anything like that. I'm not even sure you have to actually register for an account. Um, but if you do, just register with an email address. You can see over here on the left-hand side, this left-hand panel, you can see that it's got new chat, and that's where you're going to go to start your, each time you want to start something new, click on new chat. And underneath that, you've got search chats if you want to look through an old one. Over here in the middle, we've got a big text box. This is where you're going to type in your question or your request, and you'll notice it has a plus sign. With this, you can add photos or files. So we'll get into that in another video about adding in photos to do different things or adding in files to do different things. You can also create images and some other things that we're going to go through in later videos. Over here, it even has a microphone where you can dictate. If you don't want to type, if you want to dictate what you're saying, it will translate your speech into text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste in something, give me 5 fun dinner ideas using chicken that are easy to make. And I'm going to hit the button to start it. And it's going to come up with an answer. Chicken's one of the easiest proteins to turn into something fun without much effort. Here's 5 ideas. So it goes through and it's got honey garlic chicken stir fry, and it tells you about exactly how to do it or what's involved with it. Chicken quesadilla night, creamy Tuscan chicken, barbecue chicken flatbread pizza. And down here, it asked a follow-up question. So it's just like talking to a real person. It will ask you at the end of its answer, it will ask you if you want something else. And in this case, it says, if you tell me what ingredients you already have, I can narrow this down or even customize it. And it will also give you the exact recipe amounts and exactly how to make it if you ask it in the next question. So you can come down here and ask anything and say, give me the full recipe for honey garlic chicken stir fry. And in a couple seconds, it gives you the full recipe for it, exactly how to do it, the instructions, and everything. So that's ChatGPT. You can see it's very simple, very easy to use. Here's the simplest way I can explain it. AI, which stands for artificial intelligence, is software that can have a conversation with you, answer your questions, and help you get things done. That's really it. Think of it like this. You know how you can call a company and sometimes there's an automated voice that says, press 1 for billing, press 2 for support? That's an old, basic version of AI. But today's AI is like the difference between that automated phone system and having a conversation with an actual expert. You type a question in normal, everyday English, and the AI types back a thoughtful, helpful answer. No special training required, no tech skills needed. If you can send a text message, you can use AI. All right, the next one is Google Gemini. You can find it by going to gemini.google.com. Obviously, this one is made by Google, and it is definitely one of the best out there. It just might be my favorite of the big three. So let's take a look at it. Up here in the left corner, you can see it also has a new chat button. And then some other stuff that we'll go through in future videos. And over here is the big text box. And it also has a plus where you can upload files, you can add from Drive, that's your Google Drive, and then also some tools where you can create music is one of the options, which is one of my favorite things. And we're going to go through that in a future video. But for right now, I'm just going to paste in something, write a short birthday message for my friend who loves fishing and bad dad jokes, and hit submit. And here it is. I hope your day is absolutely fantastic and that you catch plenty of fun. I was going to tell you a joke about a fishing line, but I was afraid it would get too tangled. Yikes. Okay, so anyway, may your birthday be a reeling good time and may all your presents be off the hook. How awesome is that? It comes up with that in just a couple seconds. Sometimes they're better than others, but you get the idea. It can help with everyday items like writing emails or writing text messages for a certain example. And that is Google Gemini. Let me give you an analogy that might help. Imagine you have a friend who has read every book ever written, every newspaper, every website, every instruction manual, every recipe, every medical article. They've read all of it. And anytime you have a question, you can just ask them, can you help me write a birthday card for my grandson? What does this confusing letter from my insurance company mean? Can you give me a simple recipe for chicken soup? That friend just helps you calmly, patiently, without making you feel silly for asking. That's what AI is. Okay, and the last one is Claude. You can find it at claude.ai. By the way, I'll have the link to all three of these down in the description below. And if you take a look at it, you'll see that it has the same new chat button up in the upper left-hand corner. You can also search, and there's some other things here that we're going to go through in future videos. If you come over here to the text box, you'll see the same plus sign as the others. Add files or photos, take a screenshot, add to project, and then some other stuff we'll get to later on. So I'm going to paste something in here. Rewrite this text message to sound friendly and professional. Hey, your payment is late. Please fix it. So we're going to submit this, and it's going to come up with, here it is, friendly reminder. Hi, just a friendly reminder that a payment is due on your account. Could you take a moment to process it at your earliest convenience? Please let me know if you have any questions or need assistance. Thank you. So there you go. And it'll even tell you down here at the bottom, here's two options depending on how much urgency you want to convey. The first is a gentle nudge, while the second adds a bit more push while staying warm and friendly. And then here's your second one right here. So it did send two options, an A and a B. So that's nice. It gives you two to choose from. All right. So again, that is Claude. And you can see that it's very simple to use and perfect for everyday simple items that can make your life easier. So let's recap. AI, artificial intelligence, is software you can have a conversation with in plain English. The three biggest ones right now are ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. All three are free to try. You can use AI to write letters, understand confusing documents, answer questions, and get help with all kinds of everyday tasks. It's not scary, it's not complicated, it's actually designed to be as simple as having a conversation. And that's exactly what this channel is about, showing you step by step how to make AI work for you in your everyday life. If this video was helpful, I'd love it if you subscribed, I'm going to keep making these simple, practical, no tech jargon required. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.